In this video, we're going to round out the playlist with the arch construction block, finishing out all 9 of the construction blocks in the set for the activity. Again, verifying we have the active project set to construction blocks. I'll select new, select the standard IPT, and we're going to start off with a 2D sketch on the XY plane. I'm going to go ahead and select the 2-point rectangle as the sketch. I'm going to choose the origin, and I'm going to go ahead and draw this out. As I'm drawing either one of two things, I'm going to go ahead and just click to place the sketch in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on dimension. The width of this, notice how if I click on the green dot, it does not like that. So I'm actually going to say OK. Reselect dimension. I'm just going to choose the line when I'm off of the midpoint. This is going to be a 2 5/16 measurement. You can type it in a fraction form. And the height of this is going to be 1 1/8. Again, I can do it in fraction form. 1 space 1/8. Okay. Once I have that in there, I can go ahead and say finish the sketch because now I'm fully constrained. And my extrusion depth is now going to be the same kind of thing, 1 1/8. Again, I can type it in fraction form. Everything looks good. I can go ahead and select OK. Now, in order to create the arch cutout, I need to have a second sketch. So now I'm going to go ahead and select Start 2D Sketch, and I'm actually going to select the front face of this rectangular block that's going to represent the arch. I'm going to go ahead and grab the circle tool, center point circle, and I'm actually going to trace along this line until I see a green dot. So remember, we've seen these green dots show up for midpoints, and you'll be able to see that I'm going to have a green dot there when I'm on it. So I'm going to go ahead and click, and I'm going to draw, and I'm actually going to type in the number 1.375, which is the same diameter we set for the semicircle. And what we're actually going to do is we're also going to take a look at clicking on trim and try to trim away the bottom portion of the circle. Now, you'll notice that this yellow line showed up, which is a projection line from the bottom of that arch block. If you don't see that, then obviously we'll take a look at some of the settings. But if you choose the line tool, you can also click and draw a line across just like how we did before, and to be able to get that same thing. But I'm going to go ahead and trim this bottom portion and go ahead and say finish. And I'm going to go ahead and click extrude. This time it's going to pick up this shape, but actually I'm going to flip it. When I flip it, it's actually going to turn red and go into the block. And what I can do is I can actually choose through here. It's either I can put a value in, a distance, or I can say through all, which actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose this button, or you could say 2 next, or or 2. And so what we want is through all, and I'm going to go ahead and say OK. If I hold the shift key and click down on my scroll wheel, I can rotate and see what that looks like. If I go ahead and click on the home button, it brings it back to home position. And again, we want to make sure that we're setting it to maple for our wood material and changing it to the color that we wish. This finishes out the arch block. Notice that we have 2 extrusions. We have extrusion 1, extrusion 2. And they highlight whenever you put your cursor on them in the browser. So just one of those things to get familiar with Inventor and how it kind of helps you with doing a lot of your 3D modeling. So let's go ahead and select save. Call this the arch. Select enter. And this finishes out activity 1.2.2 3D solid modeling with all 9 construction blocks modeled. Hope you've enjoyed this quick tutorial on creating those and picked up a lot of good skills that you're going to use in future modeling activities in the IED curriculum.